Hey, so I've been on Latuda loracidone, 80 milligrams in the morning, 80 milligrams at night, for approximately a year and a half, since November or December, a year and a half ago. It's it's brinking on July now, and I've found it really good. I think it's a medication that matches my genetics, in the sense that it's given me so much more than the previous drugs that I was on. I've heard that some people get drowsy, but from my experience, I've actually got a friend that saw my progress from where I was, a couple of years ago and before, and so she's been struggling to get back into fitness, and so now she's actually gone on it, and I'm sure she's doing really well. I found with me, the biggest thing was it gave me intensity again. It re-implemented intensity in my life. I was able to deal with a lot more. I was able to be upbeat and 100% all through the day. With my training, I went from, I guess I was on a certain drug, olanzapine, which is a default drug here in Australia, and I was on that, and I used to do this workout in 50 minutes when I was very fit at 28, and then I got put on another med, and I used to do the same workout in 2 hours. I still wouldn't finish it. I just thought it was the extra weight that I'd put on, but then 10 kilos heavier than that time, and I was on Latuda, and I was doing the same one as the olanzapine time. When I was 28, I was doing the same workout, but in less than 50 minutes. So actually, my intensity has been at its most training-wise from the Latuda. I will be up every day at 5:30. I've got an alarm clock in my mind with the SSRI restrictor that it is. It's for bipolar and schizophrenia. If you are watching this video, please give it a like. Just so that I know that you're on Latuda, or you're thinking about Latuda, because that would really make me happy. I actually know a guy that one of the nurses that I deal with, that I dealt with last year, and he was on Latuda. He was running 3 jobs, wife and kids, slow cooking, steam, char, beef jerky making, just the whole typical where you'd want to be for him in his life as a South African male living in Australia. And it was great for him. He was in hospital for 8 months before they put him on a med that he agreed with, and he left the hospital. So with me, basically, I've worked, while I've been on it, I've done 2 busy periods at my job, full time, where I'm working like 12 hours plus a day, and having to get up early all the time. I like to say to people, I'm not doing drugs, I'm not drinking, but what I do is I stay up late, because I was able to stay up late and get in my own personal validated kind of activities that I needed for myself to feel complete. I was able to do them after work, with my social media, working out, etc., and socialising, and then at whatever time I went to bed, that alarm clock would go off in my head, and I'd be up at 5:30, 4:30, whenever I had to be up. So, and able to deal with that very high stress, very highly physical, labouring job. Nothing pleases me more than that. I mean, I basically went in when I was on Latuda, before that busy period started 2 years ago, and they just saw the change. I'd been in for years before that, and they were just like, no, they'd never feel for it, but they saw how well I was doing, and they said, all right, we'll give you a shot, come back again, and did that. It was great. What else? I think since it's for bipolar, it must have like a lithium kind of component, or a mood stabilizer component, which kind of explains how things have been going with my moods. I've been able to completely fill my days in my own time since the work is finished. I've still been doing a job as a bartender. It's very good for socialising and keeping that intensity up. I haven't had a lack of empathy. I've had my usual sense of empathy. Maybe that's because I'm an empath, and I have such high levels of empathy that that's not going to change. It is my genetics, and so for a drug that may do that, matching with my genetics where that is impossible to happen. It's given me all the benefits with none of the drawbacks. Yeah, it's a nice little aquamarine coloured pill, 80 milligrams in the morning, 80 milligrams at night. I don't really take it with food. I just have it, 7 to 8 a.m. and 7 to 8 p.m. Many times I've had to take it late or early, and it's been fine. Yeah, just really happy with how it's gone, and there's not many people on it. It's still a relatively new drug. I think it was invented in 2017. I was put on it in 2018. I mean, like, I'll call up the hospital and I'll be like, oh, can I come up for the free barbecue day, on the Sunday, and just, socialise and get a free barbecue, basically, because I'm so close living to the hospital. Then I'm like, oh, and they were like, well, what are you on? You sound great. And I'm like, I'm on Latuda. This girl's been there for, 10 years plus. She was in there when I first went in, and she's like, what's that? I've never heard of it. And so she's working on the ward. So it's still a relatively unknown thing. And I meet people where I think, wow, they've really got their heads screwed on. They're not going through psychosis. They're just lacking maybe this little bit of energy or intensity, and I just think, wow, this drug would be perfect for you. I don't know if it would be perfect for everyone, but for me, it's been really beneficial. I love it. Yeah. I'm not sure about the life expectancy of a person when they're taking it. I know that with quetiapine, it takes 10 years off your life. But, burn like a comet, burn bright, and then fizzle out. That's pretty bad, but no, it's just so beneficial. Once again, it's about intensity. It is really about intensity. Every aspect of my life has improved compared to what it was. Now, there's one thing that I want to say about medication is that you essentially put your lives in the hands of these doctors and these professionals, and you feel so guilty or depersonalized from your mental illness that you really will just take it in your stride and always think that you're doing your best. It's kind of like a drug addict who thinks they're doing well, but they're actually like addicted to drugs and doing lots of crime. They think they're doing well. So I've been on previous medication where I thought, yeah, I'm going real well, and I haven't been able to, no one could tell me any different. And but when I was put on Latuda, it was a total new lease on life. It was just completely revolutionised everything I was doing. And I realised, wow, I wasn't at my potential, my capacity was less. And because my capacity has increased in my mind, it allows me to go to places, and I actually recognise emotional anchors in my mind where I'm like, oh, that's where I would have stopped normally. And I'm able to go to that next stage and of positivity and optimism and logical thinking and deductive reasoning. So, yeah, I'm just so happy with it, and I plan on staying on it for a very long time. If anything, I'm trying to make sure people don't think I have a mood disorder so that they put me on anything else, because that's one of those things. But I'll rise to the occasion every time, and just so happy. I've been in a really strong. I've formed some really strong relationships, and just, if anyone's out there, drop a comment about how it's changed your life and how good it has been for you, because it's been fantastic for me. And now I'm just waffling on. So shout out from Australia, Queensland, Sunshine Coast, and power to the Lurasidone, because it's gonna keep changing our lives, and we're gonna, we're like the opposite of zombies. We're like the X-Men. So, all right, magic.